All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakadash. Double honors to the apostle, elders, great millstone, and salute signs to you brothers out there preaching his word and saying the truth. All right, I got this article here. It says Netanyahu pauses judicial overhaul to avoid civil war as a rival protest group clash. All right, and this is in the streets of Israel. Okay, the state as you call Israel, man. That's because, the true people are not there in Israel. The true Israelites are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right? The Most High Yahweh, all right, scattered us and basically scattered us amongst the other nations, and basically he took us out of a holy land, okay, which today you know as Israel, okay, and Edomites, the so-called white man Esau, all right, he converted to the ways of the Israelites during the I believe the 700s, okay. But even before then, 2,000 years ago when Yahushua was on the planet Earth, you had the Herodians, and they were Edomites. Okay, so Esau was always, he was always trying to convert, to our ways, But he's nothing but a vagabond and a thief. Okay. But these Edomites over in our land, and now they tripping about a civil war. Well, you're not the real people of the Bible, man. You're not the real Israelites. That's why you have civil wars going on in your land. Okay, that's why you're fighting against the Ishmaelites, the aka Palestinians. Okay. But let me continue. Let me read this. In as much anticipated 8 p.m. speech, at the moment hundreds of thousands of protesters are in the streets. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu confirmed in a televised speech that he will pause his ultra-controversial judicial overhaul plans which may say would destroy Israeli democracy and court independence. He emphasized that he is aware of deepening dividing tensions in society as a result of legislation. Why is this guy trying to come up with legislation? The only legislation you're supposed to be following is the legislation of the Most High, man. Okay? Them them gutter rats over there, them so-called Jews, they don't believe that the Messiah came. So they all bugged out. But they supposed to be following the laws of the Most High, man. It's written in the Bible, man. It's over 600 over 600 laws, man. Why is he coming up with legislation? Follow the laws that's in the scriptures. You can't do it because you're an Edomite. You're the devil. Psalms 50 and 16, man. But called the anger in the streets a product of extremist minorities that is tearing Israel apart. The crisis not only resulted in a massive nation strikes on Monday, but I tell you that you're not the people. Because when Yahushua sets the Israelites in the land of Israel, it ain't gonna be no war. And I'm gonna grab that in Isaiah the 2nd chapter. It ain't gonna be no war. Okay. All the nations gonna destroy all the all the weapons they got and turn them into farm instruments to cultivate the land, okay, to grow. The crisis not only resulted in a massive national strikes on Monday, but escalated to the point of growing numbers of refusals of recruits and soldiers to serve in the Israeli Defense Forces reserve units, putting the country's security in peril. According to Netanyahu's words as reported Times of Israel. I basically read enough. Let me just go to the scriptures. Isaiah the 2nd chapter. Now this is when the true Israelites are in the land, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. On this side, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is only dealing with his elect. He ain't dealing with all of Israel, man. Okay? Because 2/3 of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, will be destroyed. Okay? And the Lord is only dealing with the 1/3, man. The 144,000 and 1/3. And he's gonna set the hopeful elect in the land. Okay, and then there's gonna be peace. But let me read this. The word of Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Okay. And it shall come to pass in the last days. Well, Judah basically represents, the so-called Negroes. You got Judah, Benjamin, Levi. That's known as the Southern Kingdom, and Jerusalem is basically the Northern Kingdom. These so-called Latinos and Native Americans, okay, Seminole Indians. Verse 2: And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house. The mountain basically means the government, okay? The mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, okay? So it's going to be the top nation on the planet Earth, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. Let's read that in the last days, the mountain of the Lord's house will be the highest of all, the most important place on earth. It will be raised above the other hills, basically the smaller government, smaller nations, and people from all over the world will stream there to worship. Okay? So the other nations will worship Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Okay? And Yahushua is written all in the Old Testament too. Okay? But them gutter ass, them devils, them so-called Jews, they read off the Talmud and Kabbalah and all that crap. That tells you again how they're not the real people. And they break every last law, statute, commandment that's written in the Bible, man. They call it the Torah, okay? The law. Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, which basically means it's going to be in Jerusalem, man, in Israel, okay, to the house of the power of Jacob, which is Israel. He will teach us his ways. Yeah, when the true Israelites are set up, okay, and through Yahushua, the Israelites going to teach the other nations the laws. Okay, we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And Jerusalem means city of peace. Seems like there's no peace over there right now. There's never been no peace since them converts, them Edomites, got over in that land. There's never been no peace. So it tells you they don't fulfill prophecy. Okay, look back. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords in the plowshares. This is when the kingdom is set up. And Yahushua comes back, deliver his elect, and Basically, the elect is going to, go down, specifically the prophets, 144,000, is going to go down, and we're basically going to be the ground troops, and we're going to be, racking up these nations, scooping them up for bondage, okay? And they're going to build our kingdom up. And that's what you get in Revelation 20, was it 21? October the 13th chapter goes into what the kingdom is going to look like. The streets paved with gold, precious stones everywhere, They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Basically, all the guns and all the jets and all the instruments of war is going to be broken down and turned into farming instruments. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. This guy worried about a civil war. I thought they supposed to be the real people. They're not. They're the devil. Go back to Slack. O house of Jacob, come ye and let us walk in the light of the Lord. Therefore thou hast forsaken thy people, the house of Jacob, because they... I'm pretty much stop right there, yeah. I'm pretty much stop right there, verse 4. Yeah, so you basically get the point, man. This is the prophecy, man. Okay? And this is not going to be fulfilled until our Lord Yahweh Shai comes and deliver his elect and put these nations into slavery. Okay? So, yeah, man, let it be civil war, Anti-theft demonstration in Jerusalem. Jerusalem means city of peace. It don't look like no peace over there. Y'all ain't y'all the devil, man. The small hats, man. And Esau, you're going down, man. You are going down. The other nations are finding you out to be Satan. Okay. So it's a beautiful thing, man. We're at the end of Esau's rulership. And at the end of Esau's rulership is going to be a lot of violence that takes place. Okay? So that's pretty much all I got. Shalom.